Hey guys, welcome back to Jibber Jab Reviews, and thanks for tuning into this special edition of the show. In today's episode, I share an interview I had with a talented and upcoming developer that's involved in the world of augmented reality. Now, you probably have already seen some examples of augmented reality in the form of the hugely popular Pokemon game, but the interview today revolves around how this technology can be used in watch faces for smartwatches. I also wanted the developer to explain a little bit more about what augmented reality really is, what's required to use it on a smartwatch, how the consumer can benefit from it, as well as all the other industries that may benefit from what he's building right now. It's all very exciting information, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let me get started, and I just want to thank you, Umar, for taking the time to reach out to me and to explain this new tool that you're building. I think it has so many potential applications, and particularly for my smartwatch viewers. So why don't you start off by telling the viewers a little bit more about yourself and your technical background. Oh, and by the way, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And thank you very much for having me. Currently, I'm a software engineering graduate student at SMU. I'm a self-taught programmer, but I decided to get a credential to go along with the experience. I've built Android apps, web apps, games, embedded software, music plugins, websites, etc. You name it. I've covered so many different areas of software development. It's been a great learning experience, though.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for sharing your background. Now, can you tell us what's required for this technology to actually work on a smartwatch?
Any watch that allows custom watch faces, a good image target, and an application to recognize that image target and replace it with the virtual item is required to make this work. An image target is what the software looks for to track and replace. So in the case of the video, the image target is the watch face. So the software identifies that watch face and its unique characteristics, and it essentially removes that watch face, which is the image target, and replaces it with the virtual item. So tech-savvy people or creatives can just load their own image target as a watch face using the Gear watch face designer. Once the image target is on the watch, one could use any augmented reality or mixed reality tool to render the virtual item in place of the image target.
Okay, so that's pretty amazing that developers can utilize the existing Gear watch face designer software for this purpose, but are there any other hardware or software requirements?
As far as hardware and software requirements, any compatible mobile phone or augmented reality or mixed reality device would work. And I used a Samsung S8 Plus to display the augmented reality interface. So a lot of people have this misconception that you have to be wearing some space-aged helmet or specialized goggles to be able to see into the mixed reality space or augmented reality space, and that's just not the case. Current smartphones, you can essentially look through the screens of your smartphone right now and still see mixed reality and augmented reality. While I do think that smart lenses and other devices will become more pervasive as the technology develops, I fully believe that people, instead of staring down at their screens, are going to be staring either at special contact lenses or glasses to receive their data and their information downloads instead of looking at a screen in their hand.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think that how we view technology and how we receive information is definitely changing all the time. Okay, so now can you tell us a little bit more about the costs involved with this technology, and how are those in relation to the complexity of the technology and the different offerings that are available?
So the cost all comes from the augmented reality interface design. One could have a basic interface, and on the other hand, an extremely robust high-end augmented reality interface, like the movie Minority Report, where stuff is flying off your wrist, and interactivity with those items flying off your wrist is another feature that could be present as well, which essentially would allow you to interact with the rendered augmented reality interface.
Yeah, that's definitely very cool, and I think we can all remember those scenes from Minority Report. So when do you think you're going to have a demo or a trial for viewers to try out on their own Gear Watch?
I hope to release some augmented reality interfaces in 2018 if high interest warrants it. If the interest isn't there, probably in 2019. However, I do feel that the interest in something like this is there. It's just a lot of people don't realize that this is even a capability. I fully and deeply believe that Samsung will make this type of feature first party. There's just too much potential with something like an augmented reality interface coming off of the wristwatch you already own.
Well, I have a feeling I'm not alone by saying this, but I would definitely love to see this working on my Gear smartwatch, so I hope we can see something from you in the near future. Now, what would you say is the main benefit of this technology for my viewers and smartwatch users in general?
I think the benefits to the consumer having this technology is pretty self-evident from the video, but like I mentioned, try to watch a video, get the weather, the time, the date, and battery power, etc. All of those things looking through the tiny porthole of your watch face. The boundless possibilities that exist with something like this it's amazing. Creativity is the only limit. And as the video demonstrates, there is a heart that's actually animated and beating. There's a storm cloud with lightning particles floating. It's actually a particle system floating around the little lightning bolt. And you can't see it as well, but on the calorie counter, there's actually particles floating above the fire image. So there's so many things, so many cool things that this is gonna uncover. It's amazing.
Yeah, I must have rewatched the video you posted on your page like at least 20 times or more, because it's just so amazing how you could not only project an image but all the information and in an animated way as well. It's just outstanding. So will this technology work with any watch faces, or will they have to be specially designed to run on your software?
So one should use a good image target. There are recommendations and specifications that help identify what a good image target might consist of. But technically, one could use any watch face if the augmented reality or mixed reality application is trained to recognize that image. I'll have my own image targets for Mr. Blockware. So anyone using Mr. Blockware will be able to select from a few different options.
Okay, so at least we're going to have the option of using your software to utilize this technology, but can you tell us a little bit more about what this Mr. Blockware software actually is and the technology behind it?
So Mr. Blockware is my version of the augmented reality / mixed reality software that will enable this feature on the watch. So Mr. Blockware actually means mixed reality blockchain wearables. So the core feature of the Mr. Blockware platform is actually, like the name implies, mixed reality space, blockchain. So items the virtual items will actually be tokens on the blockchain, and they're wearables. So obviously you wear these things, you wear these tokens or virtual items in the mixed reality space that are powered by the blockchain. So it's pretty cool. So first, check out my website. It's mrblockware.com, mrblockware.com. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Blockware. You can email me at umar@mrblockware.com. I'm really interested in hearing from designers, creatives, brands. If you are a creative individual or a creative startup brand in the fashion industry or interface design industry, game industry, please contact me so we can work together to create something amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's totally awesome, Lamarr, and thank you so much for sharing the information with all of us. I'm definitely going to keep in touch with you as you continue to test and build this technology, and I really hope that we can see it on our Gear watches in the not so distant future. Thanks again. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you could share this video and to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me keep the channel going so I can continue to offer you guys discounts, giveaways, and fresh content. And if you want to be notified when the newest video is just released, then just click on that bell icon next to the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care.